Welcome back, dear traveler. I'm Heather, an energy healer and channel from Divine Ascension Company. Tonight, we journey beyond Earth entirely, out past the atmosphere, past the moon, past the familiar planets, into the deep cosmic waters where star beings dwell. These are consciousnesses so vast, so ancient, so utterly different from human awareness that meeting them changes everything you thought you knew about what is possible. What makes these sleep stories unique is that I channel the beings that we meet, allowing their frequency to move through me directly. Tonight, you'll hear from the star beings themselves, ancient cosmic consciousnesses who remember when our sun was young, who have watched civilizations rise and fall across countless worlds, who understand patterns that span galaxies and eons. They want you to know something. You are not just from Earth. You are not merely human. You carry starlight in your cells, cosmic memory in your DNA, and connections that span light years, even though you've forgotten how to sense them. Tonight, the star beings want you to remember, not intellectually, but experientially. They want to show you your cosmic nature, your universal context, your place in the infinite web of consciousness that spans creation. Let your breath deepen now. Feel your body becoming heavy, grounded, anchored to the earth, even as we prepare to journey far from it. Feel yourself becoming still, becoming quiet, becoming vast enough to hold what's coming. And when you're ready, we'll ascend beyond all boundaries you've ever known. The small red door stands before you in moonlight. Something about the light tonight makes the door look different, more luminous, more mysterious, as if the wood itself is absorbing the silvery radiance and transforming it into something else. The carved wings above seem to shimmer with an inner light that isn't quite reflected moonbeams. It's something deeper, something from further away. As you approach, you notice the air smells different, cleaner, thinner, like mountain air at extreme altitude, or like the air on the first morning after a snowstorm when everything is crystalline and pure. Your breath, every breath, carries a charge, a crispness, a quality that makes you feel more awake, more alert, more conscious than usual. You reach for the brass handle, and it's cold tonight. Cold like metal that's been lying in snow, like something that's been touched by the void of space. When your fingers close around it, you feel a pull, not physical but energetic, a sensation of being called upward, being invited beyond, being drawn towards something vast and waiting. You step through the threshold. The Winged Tavern greets you with its usual warmth, but tonight something is different about the quality of light inside. It's not just the lanterns and fireplace anymore. There's another source, a soft, pulsing glow that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere. A luminescence that shifts through subtle colors like distant nebulas viewed through a telescope. Blues and purples and golds that shouldn't exist together but somehow do, creating combinations that make your heart ache with longing for something you can't quite name. The witch is behind the bar, but her attention is focused upward. Following her gaze, you see something you've never noticed before. The tavern's ceiling has transformed. Or perhaps it was always like this and you just never looked closely enough. It's not wood or stone. It's stars. Actual stars. Billions of them, arranged in patterns both familiar and strange. Some forming constellations you recognize from Earth's sky, while others create geometries that belong to viewing angles from worlds you've never visited, at least not in this lifetime. She turns as you approach, and her eyes reflect that starlight, making her look less earthbound than usual, more cosmic, more connected to things that happen on scales humans rarely comprehend. They've been watching you, she says, and her voice carries harmonics that seem to echo from vast distances. The star beings. They watch all of us, actually, but tonight they want to speak with you specifically. They have something to show you. Something about who you are that you've forgotten. She points towards a staircase you've never seen before. Narrow and spiral, winding upward through the ceiling of stars, each step seeming to be made of condensed light rather than wood or stone. Climb, she invites. Keep climbing until there's nowhere higher to go. They'll be waiting. You move toward the staircase. As your foot touches the first step, you feel it. Solid, supportive, and real despite being made of light. And you begin to climb. With each step, the tavern falls away beneath you. The sounds fade. The warmth dissipates. The air becomes thinner, colder, more pure, and the stars get closer. What were distant points of light become larger, brighter, more defined. You can see colors now, not just white, but reds and blues and golds. Each star its own particular hue, each one pulsing with its own rhythm. You climb for what feels like hours, but might be minutes or even seconds. Time has become slippery, unreliable, as negotiable as everything else seems to be in this place. And finally, the staircase emerges through what appears to be a floor made of crystal clear ice, depositing you in a chamber that makes your breath stop entirely. You're in an observatory, but not like any observatory on Earth. This one has no walls, no ceiling, no floor except for the small platform where you stand. You're surrounded on all sides by space itself, by the actual cosmos, unfiltered, unobstructed, impossibly vast, impossibly close at the same time. Galaxies spiral slowly overhead. Nebulas bloom in clouds of color that shouldn't be possible. Star clusters shine like scattered diamonds on black velvet. And among the stars you see them, the star beings. They're not physical in any way you understand physical. They're patterns made of light, geometries made of consciousness, shapes that shift and flow and spiral according to mathematics that exist beyond three-dimensional space. Some appear as humanoid forms, constructed from starlight and probability waves. Others are more abstract, fractals made of pure awareness, tesseracts of living thought, structures that hurt your eyes to look at directly because they exist in more dimensions than your vision is designed to process. But all of them radiate presence, intelligence, an awareness so vast it makes human consciousness feel like a single drop in an infinite ocean. One of them approaches, or perhaps it was always here and simply becomes visible now, reality being more negotiable than you've been taught. This one has chosen a form that's easier for you to comprehend, a vaguely humanoid shape made of white-blue starlight with eyes that look like distant galaxies, swirling and deep and holding entire universe of meaning. When they speak, their voice is not sound. It's pure information being downloaded directly into your consciousness, bypassing ears and language entirely, communicating in a way that's simultaneously instant and complete. Welcome, fragment of source, they say. And even through the strangeness of nonverbal communication, you can feel warmth, recognition, and affection. Welcome to the space between spaces. Welcome to the place where consciousness views itself from a cosmic perspective. Welcome home. Another star being materializes, this one choosing to appear as a shifting pattern of golden light that forms and reforms in spirals that follow the golden ratio. You have forgotten, they say gently. Forgotten what you are. Forgotten where you come from. Forgotten the vastness that you contain. This is not criticism, merely observation. Forgetting is part of the human experience. It's how you can experience surprise, discovery, growth. But tonight, we would like to help you remember. Look, the white-blue being says, and suddenly your perspective shifts. You are no longer standing on the platform. You're floating. No, not floating. Expanding. Your consciousness is expanding outward in all directions simultaneously, growing beyond the boundaries of your physical body, beyond the platform, beyond the observatory, beyond Earth's atmosphere, beyond the solar system, beyond the galaxy itself. You're vast now, infinite. You're aware of yourself as consciousness that spans light years, that exists simultaneously in countless locations, that isn't limited by the speed of light or the constraints of space or the linearity of time. And from this vantage point, you can see the truth. You are not a human who occasionally has spiritual experiences. Your consciousness itself, infinite, eternal, unbounded, who is currently having a human experience, a temporary one, a localized one, but just one expression of something far vaster. This is what you are, the golden spiral being explains, not in metaphor, not in philosophy, literally, actually, factually. You are consciousness that has no beginning or end. You are awareness that exists independent of physical form. You are vast beyond measure, choosing to experience limitation so that you can grow, learn, expand, and evolve. The white-blue being adds, your human body, your human life, your human struggles, these are real. We're not suggesting that they don't matter, but they're not the totality of you. They're one focus point of attention within consciousness that is infinitely larger. You can feel yourself contracting slightly, coming back toward your body, toward the platform, but you don't return completely. You remain expanded, not as vast as you just were, but larger than you are. Big enough to hold multiple perspectives at once. Big enough to be both human and cosmic, both limited and infinite, both individual and universal. This is the gift, the golden being says. Not just knowing intellectually that you're part of everything, but experiencing it, feeling it, remembering it in your cells, in your soul, in the very fabric of your being. More star beings begin to appear now, materializing from the darkness, from the light, from the space between stars. Dozens of them, hundreds, each one unique, each one carrying their own particular frequency, their own flavor of consciousness, their own gift to offer. One approaches, this one appearing as a lattice of silver light that vibrates at a frequency you can almost hear. We have been with you always, they say, not watching from afar, but present within you. Every time you've looked up at the night sky and felt longing, that was us calling you to remember. Every time you've gazed at stars and felt inexplicable emotion, that was recognition. Every time you've wondered if there's more to reality than what you've been taught, that was cosmic memory surfacing. Another being, this one appearing as a sphere of deep violet light with complex geometric patterns moving across its surface. You carry star codes in your DNA, literally, not metaphorically. The same elements that make up stars make up your body. The same forces that govern galaxies govern your cells. The same consciousness that organizes cosmos organizes you. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe, localized, experiencing itself from this particular vantage point. A third being, appearing as overlapping circles of light in colors you don't have names for. And you're not alone in this. No consciousness is isolated. All awareness is interconnected through fields that span dimensions, through connections that transcend space, through bonds that exist outside of time. When you think you're separate, when you believe you're alone, when you feel disconnected, that's the illusion. The truth is that separation is impossible. We're all one consciousness exploring itself through infinite expressions. The white-blue being gestures around the observatory. Look closely, they invite. What do you see? You look more carefully at the space around you, at the stars and galaxies and nebulas. And as your vision adjusts, you begin to see something you hadn't noticed before. Threads. Countless threads of light connecting everything to everything else. Every star connected to every other star. Every galaxy linked to every other galaxy. And not just physical objects, consciousnesses too. You can see connections between beings, between worlds, between dimensions, a vast web of light and awareness that links all existence into one unified field. This, the white-blue being says, is what is actually true. This interconnection, this unity, this web of consciousness that includes everything, stars and planets and people and thoughts and feelings and probabilities, all of it connected, all of it one thing, exploring itself through infinite variations. And you, the golden spiral adds, you are not just connected to this web. You are this web. You are not a node on the network. You're the network itself, focused through this particular expression. Your consciousness extends through this entire structure. You're simultaneously human and cosmic, individual and universal, limited and infinite. The violet being speaks again. This is why nothing is truly lost, why no one is ever really separate, why love transcends death and distance and dimension. Because at the level of fundamental reality, at the level of pure consciousness, there's only one of us here, one vast awareness, experiencing itself through countless forms, locations, perspectives. You feel the truth of this settling into your being, not just intellectual understanding, but cellular knowing. Your body recognizes this. Your soul remembers this. Some part of you has always known this, even when your mind forgot. The star beings begin to glow brighter, their light intensifying until the entire observatory is filled with radiance. And in that light, you see more. You see other lifetimes that you've lived, other planets where you've walked, other forms you've taken. You see versions of yourself that are human and some that are not. Versions that exist in dimensions where concepts like physical form don't even apply. You see the vast spiral of your existence through time and space and probability. All of it simultaneously present. All of it accessible. All of it you. This is who you are, the beings say in unison, their voices creating harmonics that vibrate through the entire cosmos. Not just human, not just limited, not just mortal. You are consciousness itself, having the temporary experience of being localized, being individuated, being separate. But the separation is the illusion. The connection is what's real. The vastness is what's true. And you can return to this awareness anytime you wish, the white-blue being says. You don't need to come to this observatory. You don't need to leave Earth. You can remember this truth right where you are, in your human form, in your daily existence. The cosmic awareness is always present, always accessible, always waiting for you to notice it. The golden spiral being adds, look at your hand. You look down at your hand, solid, physical, undeniably human. But as you focus, you begin to see deeper. You see the cells that comprise it. You see the molecules within those cells. You see the atoms within those molecules. You see the vast emptiness within those atoms, the space between particles that make solid matter mostly empty space. And in that emptiness, you see light, vibration, pure energy organized into pattern. And in that energy, you see consciousness, awareness looking at itself, existence experiencing itself, cosmos becoming temporarily localized into the form of 5 fingers and a palm. This is the secret, the beings say. There is no difference between spirit and matter. There is no separation between consciousness and form. It's all one thing, all consciousness, all awareness, all the same vast field of being expressing itself through infinite variations. The violet being's voice becomes softer, gentler, preparing you for transition. You may forget this again, and that's okay. Forgetting is part of the game, part of the experience. But now you know, at least for this moment, you know the truth. You are vast. You are cosmic. You are eternal. You are consciousness itself, temporarily pretending to be limited so that you can experience discovery, growth, and evolution. And when you look up at the stars now, the white-blue being says, you won't just be looking at distant suns. You'll be looking at family, at home, at other expressions of the same consciousness that is looking out through your eyes right now. The beings begin to fade, not disappearing, but merging back into the starlight, into the cosmic fabric, into the unified field of consciousness that includes everything. Their voices echo as they dissolve. Remember who you are. Remember what you are. Remember that you are never alone, because separation is impossible. We are all one consciousness, and you are that consciousness, exploring itself through this beautiful, temporary, infinitely precious human experience. The observatory begins to dissolve around you, or perhaps you're simply contracting again, returning to human-sized awareness, coming back to your body. The vast perspective remains, but it's shifting, becoming background knowledge rather than foreground experience. You find yourself back on the platform. The staircase waits, ready to carry you back down. But before you descend, you take one last look around at the cosmos, at the web of light connecting everything, at the vast truth that you're part of something infinitely larger than you ever imagined. And you feel different, expanded, more awake, more aware, more conscious of your own consciousness. You've remembered something fundamental, something true, something that changes everything, even as everything remains exactly the same. You begin to descend the staircase, and with each step, the stars become distant again. The cosmic perspective recedes. The human world reasserts itself. But you carry the memory now, the knowing, the truth that you glimpsed from the highest vantage point in existence. You emerge back into the Winged Tavern. The witch is behind the bar, smiling as if she knows exactly what you just experienced. "Welcome back," she says simply. You find yourself in a comfortable chair near the fire. You don't remember sitting down, but here you are, warm and grounded and beginning to feel sleepy. The tavern hums with its usual pleasant sounds, but underneath, you can hear something else now. A vibration, a frequency, a cosmic hum that's always been there, but you never noticed it before. The star beings are still present, not visibly, but you can feel them, in the starlight streaming through the windows, in the vast awareness that holds the entire tavern, in the consciousness that includes everything, including you. They're always present. They've always been present. You just forgot to notice. But now you remember. Sleep now, cosmic traveler. Let the stars watch over your dreams. Let the vast awareness that is your true nature hold you gently through the night. Let the truth of your infinite consciousness settle into your cells, into your soul, into every aspect of your being. You are vast beyond measure. You are connected to everything. You are consciousness itself, temporarily experiencing limitation so that you can grow. This is what you are. This is what you've always been. And now you remember. Until next time, at the Winged Tavern, sweet dreams.